I saw the devotion he had to his father, and how he loved his father. And this is an unusual family. This is a family that has been in power, that came out of power, and went back in again. And when you're out of power, after you've been in power, and you start thinking of all the things you could have done or should have done, you meet the people who acted nice when you were in power, but really were false, who betrayed you. And when you feel defenseless, when you've had power and you no longer have it. Remember they tried to kill his dad in Kuwait? There was an assassination attempt on his father. I remember having dinner with one of the president's sons, the first President Bush, in Paris. And we're sitting around the dinner table and we're talking about his wife who's going to go to Madrid the next day. And the whole conversation is, you've got to take one of the kids. Why? Because if she goes to Madrid by herself, there'll be no Secret Service. But if she takes one of the children, or the grandchildren of the president, then the Secret Service will take the room above her, beneath her, on both sides of her. There'll be the motorcade, there'll be the whole cocoon. So they're talking about one of the kids has to go with her to Madrid tomorrow. And I felt something I had not felt before, didn't quite understand or realize. I felt fear. They were afraid. Now, their dad was president, but they were afraid. And I thought about that afterwards. And when they left power, and there was an assassination attempt on Herbert Walker Bush, in 1995, there was a poll released, and the poll said that if the Republicans had to choose a candidate right now, George W. Bush, the governor of Texas, would be the winner. I saw that poll, and I turned to my wife, and I said this: if he's elected president, we will go to war with Iraq, and we will kill Saddam Hussein, and we will kill his sons, because he's a son, and he knows very well the danger of leaving a son alive. And when I saw that unfold, and I saw him elected president, and I started reading the things that you can read now about people meetings, cabinet meetings, and I started hearing all of this. My brother died, and he had a son, my nephew, who was in the army, who was sent to Iraq. And I thought to myself, I love the president that I worked for, but I don't want my nephew to die over a family feud. And just before the war in Iraq, according to Woodward's book, the president went around the cabinet room and he asked each member of the cabinet, is this personal? Is this personal? Is this personal? They each said no. That's kind of an odd question to ask when you're going to ask the Secretary of Agriculture. Is this personal? No, Mr. President. No, not personal. And I heard a little line on the evening news that most people missed. It was Uday Hussein just before the bomb started falling. And Uday Hussein said this: let not he who attack us think that his mother and children will be safe. When I heard that, I thought, oh boy, I guarantee you they heard that in the White House. I guarantee you they heard that in the White House. And when they went into Uday Hussein's palace, they went into the basement, and in the basement they found a room filled with Western pornography, videotapes and pornography from his collection. And on the wall was a big poster of the Bush twins. And so when the debates happened in the year 2007, I was deeply troubled. I thought, I know we're in a war with terror. And I want us to win the war on terror. And I want us to get Osama bin Laden. But I don't